So hi everybody, and welcome to the first video from Duncan's Money Tips, and basically how to make a little bit of money online and things like that. So in this first video I want to talk about how you can earn money from doing YouGov surveys. Now, you may have heard of YouGov surveys, and there's various other survey companies out there as well, but I'm just going to focus on YouGov for this particular video. You can earn money from YouGov surveys, and I have earned money and I have got paid by YouGov, and I've got paid £50 for completing the YouGov surveys. Now, I want to tell you how the YouGov surveys actually work. I'm still doing them even after I've been paid for the first lot. I'm still doing them. So what it actually is, the way it actually works is it's a points-based system, and you do a survey and you get so many points for doing that particular survey. So 5,000 points that you need, and once you get 5,000 points you then get £50, and they transfer that £50 into your bank when you get to the 5,000 points. So it works out to me, I've worked it out, and roughly you've got to do approximately 100 surveys to earn that £50. So you may ask, how long is it actually, each survey going to take you to do, and things like that. When you get the survey via email, you read you get a little email, you click on the first bit and it says it's going to take you about, say, 12 to 16 minutes to complete this survey. I've often found it takes a lot less than that to complete the survey. Because you're doing them regularly, you'll notice some of the same type of questions come up on the survey. So some of them are fairly easy and straightforward questions, and some of them you've got to think about and things like that. They are all just multiple choice, and there's very few at the YouGov surveys where you've actually got to type something in. Sometimes they'll ask you a question, you have to free type your answer, but there'll only be like one question or maybe two on a survey where you do that. Most of them are just multiple choice things like, has the global pandemic affected you? Yes, no, don't know. The very basic questions like that. Some you've got a lot more options for different things, there's general questions all the time about politics and things like that. If there was an election tomorrow, who would you vote for? And it lists all the main parties that you could vote for, and you tick the one that you would think that you would vote for, or you've also got the option of ticking don't know if you don't know. I've just this second completed a YouGov survey, and it was talking about something about football and Euros, and I'm not into football at all. So you have an option when you do that particular question. You say there's like an option there, no, not interested, I don't watch the football, basically. So I always click that no, and you might get one more question about it, like what are you going to do instead? It'll say something like that, and you'll say, I'm going to watch TV, going to go out to friends. But there's different options on a list, and you click the one you want. I presume if you say yes to it, it may ask you a bit more questions about the football and the Euros and things like that. But that's the way it works. It's a mixture of questions. You do have to, when you first register with YouGov, you do have to fill in a form and put loads of info in there, as you would kind of expect, because they want to know what type of person you are. They want to know your age range. They want to know what you do for a living, so they can target surveys that suit you. They want to know your address details and various other little bits of information that, to do a proper survey, they would need to know to target you better. And then they can, I suppose, when they go back to people, they can give demographics, like 30% of males said this, and whatever on the survey, they've got that demographic information without you having to complete it every time you do a survey. You see these surveys mentioned a lot in the newspaper where they say YouGov survey. You also see it on companies like Sky News and places like that use YouGov, and you'll see them. If you ever watch the graphics on Sky News, you'll quite often, where they've got polls and results and things, you'll quite often see in the bottom corner YouGov survey results, and they're basically getting the information from YouGov. So companies like Sky and other companies, it can be even the government can go to them, because they are independent, and they can go to them and say, we want a poll, and I think they pay them for it, and then YouGov send it out to all the people who subscribe, and you know, you complete it. Like I say, it takes, depending on the survey, it can take you any time from sort of like 10 minutes to 15 minutes to complete. Some are a lot quicker, some you just fly through the questions. Like I say, the last one I did said 12 minutes to 16 minutes, but it probably only took me 7-8 minutes, so it wasn't too bad. Like I say, 5,000 points you've got to get your £50, and you're looking at, to get 5,000 points, you're looking at about 100 questions, roughly 100 questions, and it tells you how many points you're going to get when you click on the survey email, and it's generally you're going to get roughly 50 points for doing a survey. Sometimes when you do a survey, once you've completed the survey, it comes up at the very end and says, do you want to do another quick poll? We'll give you 10 points for it. And I always do that as well. It takes about 2 minutes to do, but what they actually do, they give you like a set of questions, and they'll, not the questions as such, they're like, have you heard of these company names, or have you heard of these bands or artists, things like that. And you basically sort of like, if you've never heard of them, you click never heard of them. If you like them or something, there's like a little scale, and you can tick, you know, don't like, never heard of, you know, my favorite, or something like that. There's little tick boxes from red to green, and you know, you just tick the one that's most relevant to you, and you can just fly through doing them. And yeah, you will get paid. I've got paid. I got my £50 back from them for doing it. So your surveys generally come, the next question people are going to ask is, how often do you get a survey? It's all right saying you need 5,000 points and you get, you know, you need to do roughly 100 surveys. So how often do you do a survey? Roughly, a survey comes, I would say, every 2 to 3 days. Sometimes you get surveys more often. I've had surveys every day for like 2 or 3, 4 days in a row at some point, and other days you don't have one for like maybe 3 or 4 days. So yeah, you've got roughly 100 surveys to do before you earn that £50. Personally, you can do them on your PC, you can do them on a laptop. I've done them on my phone. They work perfectly well on a phone, laptop or tablet. I've done them on all devices. You don't get any problems at all. Never had a problem with them. They're all perfectly fine. So yeah, if I was you, I'd give it a go. It's going to take a fair few months for you to actually complete 100 surveys and get paid. If you think about it, if there was one survey a day and you need 100 surveys, let's say, to do it, you'd be looking at like, you know, 4 months roughly to do it. But that's based on it being 50 points per survey. Like I say, you get all these bonus surveys at the end. On the odd few occasion as well, I've had like on a survey it says, do you want to take part in a special survey if you're chosen, and the survey's on, let's say, TV or something like that, and you can earn 100 points, and you have to watch a video or something, it says, and you tick yes or no if you want to take part in it. But it doesn't guarantee that you will get that survey. I've only ever got one of those. I've ticked yes to quite a few of them that interest me. I use TV as an example. I think there was a survey on TV months back about TV watching or something like that, TV watching habits, and I tick yes, I'll do that, but I never heard from them about it. So they don't pick everybody. I presume they look at your profile, so as much information as you can put on your profile, the better. Complete the profile all the way through. Yes, there's a lot of, I wouldn't say personal stuff, but you know, if you're going to register for any website, any company, you know, they're going to ask you name, address, details. It's just that this is going to ask you other things as well on your profile that helps build up a picture of you, so they can target surveys better at you. If you're not into providing personal details or anything like that, YouGov surveys are probably not going to be for you. But if you're okay with doing that, YouGov is an independent organisation. I'm not getting paid to do this video or anything like that, you know. I'm just doing this video off my own back because I've decided to do YouGov surveys just as a way to make £50 really in my spare time. So if I'm just sat doing nothing watching the television, I'll just, you know, I had a YouGov survey email this morning, I'll just do that, and it'll take me like, you know, 10-15 minutes at the most, and I'll just sit there and do it. And I think that's how most people do it. So there you go. If you've got any questions or comments about the YouGov surveys, do let me know. Drop them in the comments box below, and I'll get some more videos out soon. I've got some good money saving tips and ways to make little bits of money like this. Like I say, surveys are okay. I can't comment on any other companies for surveys because I've never used them. I did a bit of research before I went and signed up with YouGov because I heard them mentioned on a couple of forums, and people were saying, yeah, they're good and you can earn money from them and things like that. So I thought I'll give it a go. They seem, you know, they're a pretty legit company, one of the biggest ones. Like I say, they're used by Sky News, multiple other media organisations, newspapers, things like that. If you start looking now, you'll see they'll say YouGov survey results and things like that. You know, according to, particularly when there's general elections and things like that, key events coming up in the news, you'll see YouGov survey results mentioned in the press a lot because, you know, they'll send YouGov surveys out to gauge people's opinion on, you know, what do they think of Boris Johnson versus Keir Starmer and things like that. And you still get those. Even now you get, you know, the survey I've just done said who, you know, who would you, if there was a general election, who would you vote for, you know, and it, you know, who's, you know, what MP do you think would make a good prime minister, and they give you 5 options, you know, and things like that. The questions, you know, they're not going to be interesting to everybody, but you can just select your own opinion. At the end of the day, they're just there to get statistics and analyses out there to the people who've requested the data. It could be the government, like I say, it could be Sky News, could be newspaper, anything like that, you know, they go to them to get these stats. So I know people are going to be looking now when they watch Sky News and the papers, but you'll see there at the bottom on the banners and stat results, you'll say YouGov survey results, and you'll know what it means. But yeah, you do get paid. I have got my £50. What they do, they ask for your bank account details, you put them in, and then literally straight away, as soon as I got to 5,000 points, I then had the option to go in and get paid, and I was literally paid within like 1 or 2 days. Bank transfer within 1 or 2 days straight away. So there's no messing about, you get paid straight away. It's a good way to do it. When you're earning points as well, what I will say is when you log in to your YouGov account, or when you've completed a survey, at the end of the survey you see like a little chart across the screen. It tells you how many points you've got and how many points you need to get. So for example, mine at the moment, because I've already been paid my £50 and back on the beginning of the scale, if you want to call it that again, I've earned 650 points at the moment. It says you still need 4,350 points to redeem. There you go, put it up on the screen now and show it you. But yeah, that's an example. I won't show any of the questions because I'm sure they won't appreciate me showing confidential questions and things like that. They're not confidential, but you know what I mean. I can show you some general screenshots and bits and pieces like that, but you know, I don't want to show you the questions. I've already told you what some of the questions do. So yeah, if you want to know anything about them that I haven't covered, do drop me a question in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer. I'm going to put some more videos up, as I said, about different things relating to money saving and ways to make money. This is the first video, so I hope you've enjoyed it. I have got a couple of other ideas for videos. I am sort of a money saving type person, and I look for little ways to make money, and if you can, all these little ways build up. Let's put it that way. All the little ways build up. So earning £50, you know, once every 4 months, it's for just answering some questions when you start watching telly, is not too bad. If you work it out, like I say, you could earn it every 4 months, as long as the questions keep coming and to you and things like that. So yeah, it's a good way to make a bit of extra money at the moment with energy prices going up and things like that. You know, you really need to look at other ways you can earn money, and anybody can earn this money. There's no reason for you to stop you from earning money. Like I say, I've read on the forums that people, you know, you just put your job details in, and you don't put where you work, you put the sector, the type of sector that you work in. So You know, if you work in healthcare, or you work in local government, or you work in engineering, or, you know, you work, whatever job you do, it doesn't matter what your job you do, you'll know what sector you work in: administration, you know, engineering, technical, anything. You just basically pick the section that you work in, and that's it. You don't have to put an employer or anything like that, you know. I think it's just so they can better target them. But yeah, anybody can earn the money. I've earned, like I say, I've earned the money. I've been paid by them for completing the surveys. It's just one way to make a bit more money. So yeah, by all means, carry on watching the videos. Don't forget to click the like video on this if you enjoyed it, and please subscribe to my channel, because I am going to be posting some more videos in the very near future. Hopefully, if you give me some ideas what you'd like to see, but I have got some ideas already for different things, because like I say, I'm into the little things like this, for making little bits of money that are nice and easy, for doing nothing really. £50 for, you know, every 4 months for doing some YouGov surveys is not bad going at all. Just remember, if you do get these YouGov surveys as well, you have a limited time to complete them. It's normally 1 or 2 days, so you need to complete the survey within 1 or 2 days, otherwise the survey will expire and you can't complete it. Sometimes you're lucky and you'll get 2 surveys back to back. Sometimes you'll sit a couple of days and won't get any, then you'll get a couple in a row and things like that. So like I say, I was just prompted and decided to do this video because I planned to do it at some point, and that I've just done my YouGov survey that came in the email today, this morning, and it's now night time, and I've just decided to obviously do it now, and it's prompted me to do this video and get it out of the way and post it online to you. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, like, subscribe. Hope you enjoyed it.